We're going to the library.
What? Stop! You're filming! We have to go!
My kids love our local library, and over spring break they were hosting some really fun arts and craft events. While we were down at the library, I found out that there is a seed bank, and they're also doing some really fun home gardening activities. After I discovered the seed library down at our local library, I talked to the librarian and got some details, and she said the idea is that people are supposed to, bring in seeds, and they had some seed packets for people to fill up to donate into the seed library. I definitely have more seeds than they have seed packets for. So what I did is I got 10 envelopes from them because I didn't want to empty them out on envelopes, so that I can get 10 varieties of seeds to bring in to the seed bank. I gave a look at the seed bank, and to me it seemed like there was lots of gaps of things that new gardeners would want to have. I also found out that they're going to be hosting on the 1st of April an event where they're going to teach people all about, starting up gardens. There's going to be a lot of new gardeners. So we want to get these seeds down there for that event so that there's lots of options available for people to take home for their gardens after they learn how to have their gardens. I love giving away seeds. I'm obsessed with seeds. I love buying seeds. I love sharing seeds. And so a couple years back, during one of my Uline orders, one of the things that I bought, purely for being able to make it easier for me to give away seeds, is I bought a whole case of coin envelopes, which is, basically exactly a seed pack. So I didn't want to empty out the library because I knew that, I have a 1,000 pack. So I have lots of seed envelopes to be able to fill up to share. Seeds always amaze me, and part of the reason why I love spending so much of my money on seeds is I have nothing but respect for seed farmers. I know how complicated it is to grow good seed. I know it's one thing to go out there and save seeds, in your garden, but it's another thing completely to be able to, isolate the specific varieties and be able to promise people that they're getting exactly what they think they're getting. And so I, always feel like it's money well spent to buy seeds. And, if I can spread my love of seeds and growing by giving some seed packs away, which, is really nothing for me because to, fill up these envelopes that I'm going to fill up for the library, it's not going to take very much seed because I have these massive farm-sized seed packs. So it's win-win. It makes me happy and it helps other people out.
Are you gonna give away your favorite seeds?
Well, I don't know. What's my favorite seeds?
I don't know. The best stuff.
But what's the best stuff? That's a loaded statement. Are you implying that there's something in this cart that isn't the best or a favorite? Okay, so we have 10 envelopes. The one thing that the librarian told me is they don't have infinite space for seeds. So we need to somewhat contain ourselves for what we send down, right? Because I was kind of thinking we could send like 10 packets of each variety and have 10 varieties. But there's not very many, right? And then it's also, do we do just veggies, or we do like some veggies, some flowers? Do we send more than 10 varieties? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, this is the first year that we've done it, so we can start with something reasonable, and then if it performs really well, we can do more.
Yeah, but I think this is reasonable, yeah, right? So the question is what is reasonable?
Start with your 10 of 10.
Or 10 veggies, and
10
then
veggies.
maybe send a few flowers also?
Sure.
That
seems reasonable.
Okay. You know, I was also thinking that we could give them my phone number and be like, if you run, because we're gonna do lettuce. There was like no lettuce, right? So I'm like, we're gonna do a bunch of salad mix, right? Because that's like, everyone's gonna want some salad mix.
Yeah.
And so we could be like, if you run out, just, you know, give me a call and I'll bring more down.
Yeah, I think that sounds reasonable.
Is something, but then we won't overload them.
Yeah. Don't want to waste your seeds.
Well, it's not going to be a waste. They don't go bad. They'll be there for next year too, if they don't all get taken. Down in the comments, let me know what you all would think would be the best options for your veggie gardens. The rules for the seed library is everyone's allowed to take 7 packets. So I'd love to know what you would want if you could only take 7 packets yourself, because that'll give me a great idea of what I should, you know, donate next year. When I looked at the shelf, it seemed like one of the things that was really missing was the type of stuff that you would direct seed. So things like, you know, lettuce or beets or radishes. There was lots of Swiss chard. There was tomatoes, but tomatoes are a tricky one because you have to be able to kind of start those ahead of time inside. You know, new gardeners aren't necessarily going to be doing that. So I don't want to send anything that, you know, needs to be a lot of work. I want it to all be like simple and easy things.
How generous are you going to be on your pours? Are you going to put lots of seeds in there? Are you going to count it? Or are you just going to?
No, we're definitely not counting. What I was gonna, I'm not gonna, like, when I give seeds away, I usually give like a huge thing because I'm like, oh, you could have it for a couple of years. But I want it to be like, oh, I have, you know, a 20 square foot garden. I want enough to plant this tiny patch, you know, like a normal retail seed packet size. I've seen how seed companies who manually pack their packets do it. They'll have a spoon, like a measuring spoon. And they'll be like, oh, a packet size of this specific seed is, you know, a quarter of a teaspoon if it's tiny seeds, or a half a teaspoon, or, you know, a tablespoon if it's something big like beets. So I think we should get a spoon to be able to quickly scoop everything to, you know, because 100 packs, or I guess like we're even talking about maybe 150 packs now, that's, you know, that's going to take a little bit of time to pack up. I want your input, Ian. Like, what do you think we should send?
Beets, carrots, lettuce.
You know, we got radishes.
Yeah.
We got like a big thing of spinach. Spinach might be.
Spinach is good.
Yeah.
What about beans?
Well, there was lots of beans. That was one that they didn't need because someone had obviously saved seeds on beans.
Yeah.
And brought it in. I was thinking kale.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like a red Russian would be like a good one that does fairly well in the Okanagan. You know, I want to send the stuff that does good here.
Most of the stuff you bought does good here.
Yeah, exactly. But there's some stuff that is trickier than others.
I would do a couple of varieties of kale.
Yeah, like a red Russian and then like a green. No, I mean, 10 isn't very many options, right? Oh, you know what we should do? We should send mustard, right? The mustard greens.
Cucumbers. Don't you have like a million tasty green?
Yeah. 2,500 pack. So we can send some of this. Onions, that's one that's
onions are a bit
like you gotta start it ahead of time and it's complicated. Herbs.
Dill.
Dill's not a bad idea.
Because everybody likes dill.
Yeah. Or basil. There's so many options.
Let's do this and see where we're at.
Yeah, or let's make a plan. Okay, so 10. We're for sure sending the salad mix. That's like a...
That's a one.
That's a must.
Radishes for
Radishes are a must. But do we send one variety of radishes? Because I have 3 varieties. Okay, carrots. We're for sure sending carrots. So that's 3. You were saying we should send 2 varieties.
I think we should do 2 varieties of kale.
We have to do beets.
6.
We might actually not have enough cylindra to send.
We have to plant some.
Yeah, because we're gonna plant some for us. And even though this seems like a lot, we eat a lot. But I have like I have a 25,000 pack of this round beet. Red mustard. I like, you know, that was one of our favorite things to grow. You know, and like more greens. Like greens are definitely, everyone likes greens in their garden. Cucumber, I think we should send the cucumber. So that's 8. We could do 11. We also have the spinach.
It's cut.
It's cut? There definitely was no spinach.
Well, how many? You said we were gonna do 10, and now we're gonna do 11, which makes sense, because it's us. But if we just keep doing more,
no. But isn't this 10 with the
we're gonna
basket?
have to change the name of the title of the video.
But we said we were gonna like send some flowers. Okay.
And then 2
But
flowers.
we need to go look at the flowers. I feel like we could do 15. We have this pack of zinnias that I'll never plant. Like we could do like a pack of zinnias.
Yeah, I think the zinnias would be good.
Yeah. We have like sweet peas in here, but that's a little complicated. So I have a thing of the scabiosa, but it's not
very
super common.
I don't think people would
Right?
necessarily know.
I think maybe sunflowers
Sunflowers
would be a good one. I mean, sweet alyssum. I definitely have enough to share on that.
That's like a landscaping thing, so people might like that.
Calendula is like a really good,
Yeah.
like in the garden one. I used to have like a massive thing of the French marigolds because I bought it in like a cover crop
What about
pack.
nasturtium?
I don't have enough of the nasturtium because I only ever buy it in small amounts. You know what? We might not have basil to give away. I might have downsized our basil, right? Because we stopped buying the mega size packs of the Genovese and we started buying the downy mildew resistant Johnny's varieties. But
In smaller quantities.
because of that, because it's expensive, you know, I don't have a lot to give away on it.
Okay, well let's scratch the basil.
Oh, there's anise hyssop. I have like a huge thing of that.
People might like that.
That's like, you know, like a great pollinator. I wish I had like the French marigolds. That would be like the one. Maybe the anise hyssop is too obscure and we're better off to do sweet alyssum.
Okay, then do those two.
And take this out. And that gives us 15. I don't know. I feel good about that.
Yeah. Like you said,
Yeah.
you can leave your phone number and then if
Yeah, if they want more, I can always bring more.
Yeah.
Okay, now the fun part. Now we get to play with all the seeds.
I am labeling all the packs so that people know what they're getting. We only have to label 1 pack per variety and then the librarians are gonna do the rest as long as we keep them all elastic together. So yeah, just gonna fill it in there so people actually know what they're getting.
Okay, what information are they asking for?
Just some basic, names, what the variety is, date to maturity.
I think we should put basic growing instructions onto it.
Okay.
But if you fill in variety and everything, I can go in after and do the point, the growing instructions points.
Sounds like a plan. Now everybody can observe my masterful handwriting. Is this a precise count?
Yeah, it's 10.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Guaranteed by Serina?
I can count while dropping multiples at the same time.
I don't know, that sounded like 11.
It was 9. And then I put one more in.
Keeping.
Are you ready to be a seed company, Ian?
I am. I can do this. I can use spoons. I can use envelopes. I have all the skills needed.
We just need to teach you how to do shipping and receiving.
Yeah. Last one.
These ones are a bit chunkier. Bigger seeds. It's biting me again.
Show them who's boss.
Won't be contained. 30 done. 120 more to go. We're down at my local library, the Lake Country Library, with all of our seed packs. We ended up getting 150 seed packs in total, packed up to bring down. And so we are gonna bring them in there and whoa, we're gonna bring them down there and we're gonna fill that seed rack to the absolute brim with all the options that we worked on finding in my mountain of seeds collection. There's like so many seeds, I'm gonna like struggle to get in the door of the library without carrying all these. 20 years ago, I was having my very first garden. And the way I got seeds is I went to the dollar store that was across the street from my apartment, and I spent $10 and I got myself a little collection of easy to grow seeds to, you know, start my beginning of growing, starting the beginning of my journey of learning how to grow anything. And it's exciting to me to think that, you know, with what I'm bringing in today, you know, maybe there's going to be a handful of people who were like me. They're out there, you know, starting growing for the very first time. And like this, for me, 20 years ago, would have been incredible. Like to, you know, get these free seeds, stuff that someone knew was gonna be simple for me to grow in where I was growing, you know, that would have been priceless. Okay, guys, wish me luck. I'm going in. I don't want to embarrass any librarians, so this is where the video ends. I'll keep you all posted. And yet again, let me know if you could only have 7 seed packs, what would be the thing you'd want most of all, because I'd love to do this again next year.